This is Counter-Strike. Let me ask, do you know what's actually going on here? The terrorists are the bad guys, and the counter-terrorists are the good guys, right? This is Crasswater, and that's where our story begins. Ex-Navy SEAL turned evil, or that's just how they framed it. Here's another main component of our story, some might even say the main. This is Waltuh, and he's alive, but unkillable. But this treehouse isn't his home. He lives on the B site of Overpass, and he was put here by a child who took him from his home and left him at the playground. The CTs want to take him and steal his DNA. That's the only way to kill him, to create super soldiers that can't be killed. But Crasswater heard of this plan when he was a Navy SEAL and knew this was wrong. He needed to save Waltuh from this fate, so he went to the so-called terrorists to ask them for help. Pause. You might be asking, the only reason they are here is to save Waltuh. Why do they blow up all these other places, like Mirage, Nuke, etc.? Well, they need to distract most of the SWAT and other teams so they can get Waltuh with minimal resistance back to B-Site, where he will be looked after by the resident purple hair girl. She likes Waltuh, and her bag is full of treats and Waltuh supplies. He's like a pet. And finally, Crasswater took his team to save Waltuh as fast as possible. By the way, when Waltuh is delivered to the B-Site, he must be stood up correctly, and then Waltuh is saved. Let the attempts begin. On attempt 1, Crasswater and his team instantly ran as fast as they could to go get Waltuh. And I forgot to mention, this is Crasswater's sidekick. As they exited going into park, Purple Hair Girl was instantly served up. Some instant death. And Crasswater and his sidekick were taken out swiftly by a feller with a USP. On attempt 2, they ran for Waltuh again. Purple Hair Girl made her way to hunt down the CTs with a MAC-10. She successfully killed one CT and took his gun, and then went to go help Crasswater and Crasswater's sidekick. She then ran off to somewhere else. Meanwhile, Crasswater and his sidekick were taken out by one guy. And Purple Hair Girl had just found Waltuh's brother, Jesse. And she got confused and thought it was Waltuh. Once she realized, she then went to go get Waltuh, and was taken out by the same guy that killed all her teammates. On attempt 3 with no success so far, they just did the same thing. Crasswater and Crasswater's sidekick ran in, along with Purple Hair Girl, and they all went into park this time. The rest of the team decided to guard the entrance while Crasswater moved Waltuh. Crasswater met up with his sidekick and started to move Waltuh. This is the farthest they've gotten on an attempt so far. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, Crasswater's teammate was shot in the back of the head with an M4. And Crasswater waited so he could avenge his buddy. Sadly, he would fail, and attempt 3 was dead. On attempt 4, it was the same thing. They ran out of their spawn, up the tunnels, and straight into park. They began moving Waltuh down, into the tunnels and taking the B site. They were attacked from a CT flanking. He was easily taken out. They now had Waltuh and T-spawn, and the full team was here. This was looking pretty good. And then it was not. As Purple Hair Girl was taken out by one guy with an M4, instantly, with one good placed headshot. Crashwater's sidekick tried to kill him using Purple Hair Girl's gun, but was also taken out by the same guy. It was just Crashwater left with his whole team dead, and he attacked the CT with a shotgun. This was looking like a losing scenario, and yet he took him out, moving Waltuh, leaving his team behind. There's nothing he could do. He moved Waltuh towards the B site, now getting him to the monster tunnel. He had made it onto the B site. Now all he had to do was stand Waltuh up, and he would win. Except Waltuh wouldn't stand up, so he jumped. And there it is. But was that really a win? If you looked up in Sniper's Nest, there was a CT watching him the whole time. They let Crashwater put Waltuh there. And I don't think that's a win. I think we have to beat the CTs to actually win. So on attempt 5, they moved out the whole team to go get Waltuh once more. They moved him out of the playground and took him on down into the tunnels towards T-spawn. This attempt was looking pretty good. They got him down the stairs when it all fell apart. Crashwater's sidekick was shot in the back, Purple Hair Girl was taken out, and Crashwater hid, trying to catch the CTs off guard. He got one, and he started fighting another one. Killed him with dualies, and then he went for the third. He had to kill this guy if he wanted to get Waltuh B-side. And he ran at him, and he died. And that was attempt 5, gone. On attempt 6, same thing. They ran out, up through the tunnels, into the playground to save Waltuh. While Crashwater's sidekick tried covering fire with his Negevs. They got Waltuh into the tunnels. They suddenly heard someone coming up con, and they were ready for him. Purple Hair Girl went to go take him out, but sadly was taken out herself. Crashwater's sidekick sprayed with the Negev a little, and then Crashwater was full blinded by a flashbang. While they came up the ladder and took out one member of the team, and another, and finally the last one. And attempt 6 was gone. On attempt 7, they moved out just as they had before, but they didn't know that they were about to face their biggest problem yet. Here he is, Auto Sniper Guy, and he's ready to take out the entire team here. As he peeks into the angle, he crouches down and starts firing away. Purple Hair Girl is instantly taken out. Crashwater's sidekick goes in with his Negev, tries spraying at him, and soon after, he's also taken out by the Auto Sniper Guy. With just Crashwater left, he's up in Park, left all alone. He doesn't know what he's gonna do, so he decides to just go try and move Waltuh down onto B site as he had so many times before. But as he's trying to move Waltuh, gets him down, and shot his captain off. Thus ends attempt 7 and on to attempt 8. Purple Hair Girl has come up with a plan. She's gonna peek Auto Sniper Guy and try and take him out with nothing but a scout. And one good bullet puts him down. He's extremely dead. As he falls to the floor, his teammate takes vengeance and kills Purple Hair Girl with one op shot. With Purple Hair Girl dead, Crashwater and his sidekick start to move Waltuh down, trying to get him out, as his sidekick once again provides some cover and fire with that Negev. They continue to move Waltuh down into the tunnels, and they get rushed up on. Crashwater has no problem taking out a few counter-terrorists. And the Opper is dead. Purple Hair Girl has been avenged. Crashwater takes the op, sees if there's anyone else, and then helps move Waltuh on down into T-spawn. They struggle for a bit as Waltuh gets stuck on a wall, but eventually they get him down the stairs. They start to move him towards the B site. Crashwater checks to make sure there's no one coming to kill him, and then shoots Waltuh on down the tunnel. He's closer than ever, and they got 2 people this time, and no CTs are in sight. As they start to move Waltuh up on the B site, they get him up there, and finally, all that's left is to stand him up. And finally, after all that, on attempt 8, Waltuh has been saved, and victory has been achieved.